Showers and thunderstorms are going to increase as we go and throughout the next couple of days between Tuesday to Thursday, where some of these storms could have the potential to be strong to severe and produce some locally heavier rainfall. So make sure for the next couple of days you stay updated with the forecast and have multiple ways to receive weather alerts. And one way you could do that is by downloading our News West 9 Plus app. So within the next couple hours, we could see a few little isolated thunderstorms, more particularly in towards the big country as we head into around that 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. frame, but that isn't going to be severe. It's going to be more so as we head around 2 p.m. to 12 p.m. where we can see some scattered showers and storms, especially more likely along and towards the southern portions of the I-20 corridor, where we could potentially see some large hail and even some damaging winds and some of the strongest of storms before that activity fizzles out by your late evening hours. The highest risk is into this yellow color, a level 2 out of 5 slight risk, where I do anticipate up to near $half size hail and some gusty winds near 50 to 60 miles per hour could be possible. The risk does fall off the further west that you go, especially here in Midland, Odessa, Snyder, Lamesa, Andrews, maybe some small coin-sized hail and some gusty winds near 50 miles per hour. So really, I think the areas in yellow, that's where we do have the better opportunity of storms today and even the highest coverage of storms. Here's where our cold front currently is. The dry line's backed out towards the west, a lot more in the way of drier air for our far western counties, but much of West Texas is feeling the moisture this morning, which will put to good use for an opportunity for these showers and thunderstorms, especially south of the I-20 corridor. I think here in Midland, Odessa, our best time frame will be around 2 to 6 p.m., but I think the majority of it may stay south as we go in towards your later afternoon and evening. So something to keep in mind, especially for our southern counties today, as we'll be able to see some storms congeal into a more of a locally heavier rain threat, possibly pick up around 1 to 2 inches, at least for today on the highest end for our southern counties in the Concho Valley. We'll continue to see these storms push off towards the east as we head within the next several hours, especially more so into those late night hours, It will be clearer as we head into around midnight, especially working into around Wednesday, which is a rather cloudy and kind of a muggy start again. Working towards around Wednesday between 4 p.m. to 10 p.m., we have a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk of severe weather. So it is still a pretty low risk up to quarter-size hail and some gusty winds near 50 miles per hour, but I think the flooding threat is going to be a bit more prominent, especially along towards our southern counties, even including the eastern Permian Basin, the lower Trans-Pecos, and the Concho Valley as we head into Wednesday evening into around Thursday morning. So here, how that could possibly play out as we head into around 4 p.m. We'll see a couple isolated storms that will initiate from the west from our dry lane, a couple scattered showers and storms as we head into around the midnight hour, and all this activity will begin to push off towards the east, where I do anticipate we could see some heavier pockets of rain as we head into around early on Thursday before it fizzles out as we head into Thursday morning. And then once we work into around Thursday afternoon and evening, we can see a few more isolated thunderstorms, but I think coverage remains fairly low, especially as we're working towards around Friday. And most of us will fall into the drier side with around a 10 to 20% coverage as we head into the end of the week. So between now to May 22nd, around 1 to 3 inches possible for the Concho Valley. Isolated spots could be up to 4 inches in some spots. I think the big country, 1 to 2 inches. Permian Basin, 1/4 inch to 3/4 of an inch. The Pecos River Valley along higher terrain, upwards of 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch could be expected. So right now, most of us are dry. We're seeing a little bubbling of a storm just north of Snyder this morning, but we have a little bit of a haze that should fizzle out, especially as the cold front begins to push further south, where we already are at 56 degrees in Seminole, but still a warm 73 here into Midland and Odessa. We'll reach the upper 80s and lower 90s for the Concho Valley, low to middle 80s for the basin, with our northern counties still going to be quite cool well into the upper 70s. So we have a weather alert day for San Angelo and Abilene. That's where the highest impacts are going to be expected for today, and heading into Wednesday overnight into Thursday, watching for a potential alert here into the Permian Basin as we head into Wednesday evening into around early on Thursday. But right now, coverage looks to remain around 30 to 40%, but more drier conditions expected this weekend. We'll be right back after the break.